Hey, how's it going? It's Steve here from mraz.com. Today I'm going to do a quick review on Addictive drums. It's a pretty big, pretty expansive package, and there's lots to talk about, but I'll try to keep it sweet and to the point, and try not to get diverted too much. Okay, well let's start with the drum kits. The first kit here, I'll give you a quick listen to it. It's the DW kit. Let's see what it sounds like. That's that one. Sounds pretty good. On to the next one is the Pearl with the sonar toms. Okay, another really good sounding kit. Onto the sonar kit. We've heard this one already, but sure, I'll play it for you again. God, I love that snare sound. It sounds brilliant. Okay, and onto the last one is the Tama kit. Okay, 4 really nice sounding drum kits. These are all just dry and as the kind of clean. There's no EQ, there's no compression, nothing on this. These are out of the box. Great thing about Addictive drums, and probably one of my favorite things about it is, well, apart from the sound of it, is the amount of presets they give you. They give you tons of things to work with. So, you know, no matter what genre you're working on, or even if you're looking for kind of experimental, weird sort of stuff, there's something to suit you. So just quick run through a couple of different presets. Pretty cool. Go to more vintage type thing. This. Okay, let's try something more rocky. That one. And let's try a distorter one. Low funk hard, okay. So there you go. You're never going to be stuck for something. So if you're not too au fait with mixing a drum kit, then just load a preset, see how you get on, and you can even get in and see how they've created that sound, and from there, you know, figure out how to go through the whole process yourself. Okay, well, this is the main kit window. Here you can just click on individual kit pieces just to see what they sound like before you start, you know, playing the full track. You've got a little mixer down here to control the volume of each of the microphones that have been used to record the kit, including the overheads, the room, and the master. And if you're running things through the bus, again, you can control that from this window. So it's pretty handy. Most things are just there right in front of you, ready to go. Into the edit window, you've got much more detail and control over each of the individual mics that you've been used to record this thing. So okay, as onto the kick drum, you've got 2 mics. There's the beater and there's the front, and you can kind of have a blend anywhere in between the two. Same with the snare, has the top and the bottom. Also there's a thing called buzz, which is must be the snares at the bottom of the snare rattling away. I don't really like it. It doesn't sound very natural. Let me just show you what it sounds like actually. So this is where it's set by default, and then boost it. Without. It's, I don't know, one thing I never really use it. I don't like it. It doesn't sound realistic. It doesn't sound real in any way, but you know, I'm sure somebody will find a use for it, and I'm sure it's there for a purpose that maybe I've completely overlooked. But anyway, okay, onto the effects that come with it. The pitch is pretty cool. I'll try to go through these pretty quickly. With the pitch, you've got 2 octaves above and below. This is what octave it starts at, or what pitching it starts at, and then it always goes back down to the original tuning. So give you an example of just the snare. And you can change the time. Something you're not going to use it every day, but it's a handy little tool to have if it's there, you know. You'll find some use for it, especially with kind of effects type drums. Let's bring this back to the start. Okay, volume is just an envelope shaper, so you can control the attack, the decay, the sustain level, sustain time, and the release of it as well. So handy if you're doing kind of gated drums and you want to, you know, put a very short attack, or sorry, a very quick attack and a very short sustain and a very quick release. Just have a listen to what it does. So, plenty of things you can do with it. Onto the filter. Filter is very simple. It just rolls off the top or rolls off the bottom end frequencies. Nothing major there. We don't have to go through it. The compressor is pretty good. Sounds pretty okay. And yeah, I would favor external compressors, but you know, for something you get directly in the box in Addictive drums, it sounds pretty neat and nice. Onto the distortion. This is great. This is a really handy little toy. You can set the amount, you can set the mix, you can 4 different ones to choose from: crunch, heavy, zap, and bit crush. And then you can also set the range of frequencies that you want it to be applied to. So if you just want some top end bite, you can just put the top end frequencies there, or if you want the low thud to be exaggerated and kind of a bit distorted, you can put it there. So just to show you what it sounds like, we'll go back to the full range, and here's the crunch. So you can see straight away how useful a tool that'll be in mixing. If you want to give the snare that little bit of a bite or a bit more of a sustain without kind of using compression type techniques to get that in there, there you go. You've got a little distortion unit and it works a treat. Moving on to some of the other ones are more for effects rather than mixing sort of things, even though you could use this and probably other ones for mixing tricks, but mostly for effect. Let me just have you listen to these ones. Okay, on to zap. Mind your ears for this one, bit crusher. Loads of fun. EQ, don't really need to explain that. That sounds good. Nothing wrong with it. Yeah, just works. And then the last part then is just a limiter on the last in the chain, just to make sure you're not overcooking anything too much. Okay, and to the next part, the effects. This is where you do your sound effects. They've given you 2 reverb units, so you can have 2 different types of reverb, ambience, room, hall, and plate, and set them on whichever one you want to. Again, just go on to say plate, big it up a bit just so you can hear the effect. Solo the snare again, and we just put it on about 50. And then you've got EQ post, so you can roll off the bottom end, so for a snare it might be handy. So you can play around with that and figure out how to use it for your particular sound. Onto the beats. Beats, they give you plenty of grooves and fills to play with over various different time signatures and BPMs. So they've even given you complete songs. I mean, go in here, say fast funk here. They've given you bridge, chorus, middle eight, and verse. So just like that, play. Handy if I unmuted the snare. Okay, play again. Chorus. You get the idea. You can just, the great thing about it is you can just drag them and drop them into Cubase or Pro Tools, whatever you're using, just quickly and easily. And there you go. And if you want to edit that, let's just move this out of the way. you can just open up your editor within your program and just, you know, have some fun. Simple as that. So if you've got a project you're working on, and you know you've created a song out of these, and you just need to change a couple of little things, you could bring it in here, or you know, bring it in and just start editing like crazy and coming up with your complete new groove. Pretty much something to cover every genre. So again, you're not going to be stuck for sounds. And the same with the fills. And I mean, you know, the amount of fills that they give you it's astronomical. Have a quick listen. This is a kind of a, what is it, a swing fill? So interesting. So again, there you go. You've got loads to work with. I think you've seen everything you needed to see and hear everything you needed to hear in order to make a decision on whether you think Addictive Drums is the right drum package for you. Would I recommend it? Yeah, absolutely I would. It's got such a small footprint. It'll run on any machine, and it sounds great out of the box straight away with no, you know, major tweaking. You don't have to do anything for it. It just sounds great. I just wish they had some more velocity layers, like the likes of BFD2 has. But I suppose, you know, you've got more velocity layers, then it stops being so efficient and takes up a larger footprint, and then you may as well just have BFD2. It's a tough call. There's lots of packages out there. I'm glad I have both, but if you need one to start with and you don't want to have the trouble of mixing things, Addictive Drums is the way to go. Well, that's it. I hope you enjoy the review, and I hope I'll see you back here soon for another review by emeraz.com.